Today's masterclass on negotiating comes from 5-year-old Beau Chevassus with his letter to Santa Claus. Let's assume that that's Santa Claus. By the way, that's strange that Santa Claus lived at the same address as my grandmother. But regardless, this is postmarked November 25th, 1991, and that's the first lesson in this masterclass on negotiating, and that is the element of haste. You want to give him enough time to fulfill your asks, but not too much time. You need that element of haste. So he's got about 1 month before Christmas to fulfill these and gather all the inventory. So let's go ahead and open this up and see how little Beau negotiated. All right, first of all, it says, "Dear Santa." Now you need to consider your audience. So you're not negotiating on behalf of, fellow children who can read small print, but an old man. You need to make sure that this is extra large, because if the font size is too small, he's just going to disregard the whole thing. So, "Dear Santa, consider your audience." The next line is, "I am a good boy. I help mommy." And now this is key because you are establishing credibility. Like, here's why you should listen to me. But don't just take my word for it. You can look up the evidence. I help mommy. So that's key. Back it up. But don't dilly-dally there. Hop right into the ask. Make this short and sweet because this old man is busy. He's got a lot of toys to gather. "I need a cowboy hat and a fake gun." Now, at this point, I remember if I just asked for a gun, he may disregard the whole thing because, well, it's a gun. He doesn't want to bring a gun to a child, so I need to specify that this is a fake gun. So in negotiating, you need to be very specific with your ask. "A pioneer hat too," because after all, if I'm gonna get a cowboy hat, I might as well get a pioneer hat as well, since Davy Crockett was such a big deal back then. "I love trucks and all sorts of weapons." Now this is key because if the specificity of the first ask, the fake gun, cowboy hat, pioneer hat, if he is all out of that inventory, he may say, "Look, I'm going to crumple this up and throw it in the trash because, well, I can't fulfill any of these items." So you need to give him options, the benefit of the doubt, or that creative license. So if I say all sorts of weapons, well, he can swivel around in his chair there in the North Pole and say, "Hey, look, I've got a huge supply of nunchucks that are branded, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're orange, just like Michelangelo's, and I can hook him up with some nunchucks." See? So give him some options at the end. Lastly, "I won't hurt my sisters." Now this disclaimer is very key because now we are bookending that credibility that we've established at the beginning. Here's why you should listen to me, here's my ask, and here's once again a reminder of that credibility. And that disclaimer goes to show that I'm thoughtful, that yes, I will be responsible with all of these things. Love, Beau. And I'm pretty sure to this day that is how I write my signature. And that is it. Masterclass on negotiating. And I will never forget that awesome pioneer hat that I got because it had kind of like the raccoon tail on it. Oh,